Namaste. I am Yajnaa here to speak about electrification on Indian Railways. Firstly, we will see the historical background. The first electric train ran in India with the inauguration of services between Bombay VT and Kurla Harbour on 3rd Feb 1925 on ex-GIP railway station. The section was electrified on 15,000 volt DC. Electric traction was subsequently extended on Central Railway up to Igatpuri on Northeast Line and Pune on Southeast Line, where heavy gradients on the Western Ghats compelled introduction of electric traction. 1500 volt DC traction was introduced on the suburban section of Western Railway between Kolaba and Borivali on 5th of January 1928 and between Madras Beach and Tambaram of Southern Railway on November 15, 1931. Thus, before dawn of independence, India had 388 km of DC electrification. In the post-independence era, the work of electrification of Howrah-Burdwan section of Eastern Railway taken up on 3000 volt DC during the period of first 5-year plan was completed in 1958. As a result of this, extensive research and trials in Europe, particularly in French railways, that is SNCF, 25 kV AC system of traction emerged as an economical system of electrification. Indian Railways decided in 1957 to adopt 25 kV AC system of electrification as a standard with SNCF as their consultant in initial stages. The first section to be electrified on 25 kV AC system was Rajkhaswan Dongoposi of Southern Eastern Railway in year 1960 with a view to provide continuity of traction system. Howrah-Burdwan section of Eastern Railway and Madras Beach Tambaram section of Southern Railway were converted to 25 kV AC system by 1968. Production of electric locomotives was simultaneously taken up indigenously at Chitranjan Locomotive Works CLW in 1960 and the first 1500 volt DC electric locomotive for Bombay area Lokmanya was flagged off on 14-10-1961 by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India. The manufacture of electric multiple units EMUs required for Kolkata suburban services was taken up indigenously at Integral Coach Factory ICF, Perambur, and the first EMU rolled out during September 1962. It was matter of pride that as a result of all-round dedicated efforts, it was now possible for Indian Railways to build a near-total indigenous capability for electrification both for fixed installation and rolling stock. In the wake of industrial development in the eastern region, with the setting up of steel plants necessitating large-scale movement of iron and coal, substantial growth in freight traffic was observed, and this could not be managed by steam traction. Electrification and dieselization had to be introduced in early 60s to cope with the traffic. Indian Railways completed electrification of 216 rkm on 25 kV AC traction during second 5-year plan. During the third plan, along with considerable indigenization, electrification was extended over another 1678 rkm. The pace of electrification, however, slowed down until the oil crisis of 70s. The second oil crisis in particular brought to the fore the need for evolving a long-term policy for electrification to reduce the dependency of railway on petroleum-based energy. Under the directions of PMO, in the context of shift from petroleum-based energy and transport sector, the Secretaries Committee on Energy, headed by Cabinet Secretary, decided in July 1980 that the railways should speed up track electrification. Accordingly, the pace of electrification was considerably speeded up and the Indian Railways achieved a record progress of 2,812 rkm during the 7th plan. Indian Railways has achieved 6,244 rkm of electrification in the 12th plan of 2012 to 2017. A lot of emphasis is given to railway electrification in recent years, and with a view to reduce the nation's dependency on imported petroleum-based energy and to enhance the country's energy security. With the vision of providing eco-friendly, faster and energy-efficient mode of transportation, during the last 5 years, 201 electrification projects consisting of 30,490 rkm have been sanctioned by Government of India. Keeping in mind the significant cost savings and considerable reduction in carbon footprint, Indian Railway has identified 100% electrification of all BG routes as a mission area. Indian Railway has achieved electrification of 4,378 rkm in 2019 to 20. Till March 31, 2020, total 39,866 rkm has been electrified, which is 63% of total route kilometer. Wishing the railways happy electrification day. Remembering the electrification on Indian Railways. Thank you.